Although, Everton have a player called Paddy Power. I'm sorry, what? Well,
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying the save, drop a like, that'd be marvellous. So, yeah, we're playing Everton today. We're at home, coming off the back of a really good result against Leeds. That's just our best performance of the year for me. I know we won at Man United, but there was a lot of circumstances in that game. The Leeds one just felt like a proper good win, and that's what we need in this division, really. Blackhaven lost 5-1 at home to Chelsea, so that's hilarious. And Spurs beat West Ham 7-0 at New White Hart Lane, so that's going well for them. That French centre-back's agent. I've got you a move to AOC Ligue 1. French centre-back. Ligue 1. Bon, let us make haste with this transfer at once. Guy turns up at Luton and the next day lets out the biggest sacre bleu in recorded history. A move back to France is quickly arranged and his agent is never heard from again. I guess he'd never heard of Luton Town, perhaps. I don't know. Poor times. Whitport blows multiple 2-0 leads in recent seasons. Blackhaven laughs. Whitport wins at Deep Sea Derby, coming back from 2-0 down. Blackhaven, surprise Pikachu face. Where are all those Blackhaven fans who are calling Whitport bottle jobs? 2-0 up at home and lost 3-2. Everybody now, you're not singing anymore. This is true. And imagine if we finished above them in the league. Is Vertelball part Dutch? His name literally is Dutch for carrot farmer. Now, I talked about it in the last episode, but that's allegedly a very true thing. So, yeah, we've got ourselves a carrot farmer at left back, farming those tackles. And, no, weirdly, he's not Dutch. He's from New Zealand. Okay, sure, why the hell not? I'm in for anything today, boys. So with today's match, I kind of want just a similar result to what we got against Leeds. However, we've actually got more players missing now because Morelli is suspended. Although, Everton have a player called Paddy Power. I'm sorry, what? Well, that's that's amazing. Oh, God. Is there other centre-back called Bet365? That is incredible. They've got Paddy... The sponsorships they could have. Christ on a bike, guys. Right, let's try and make this team work. So Watson will come in. Strike-wise, I think Billington's still not fit to go. Obviously, my man... Oh, here's another great one for you. Bouzidi, he's nearly back. He's nearly back. And now he's going to go off to the Africa Cup of Nations for about another month. So, bravo. We'll get Morelli off the bench so we can have a look at who actually is going to even fill that spot, frankly. Running out of players, to be fair. Even BPK's injured. I think it probably has to be Michael Lee. Really. So, Ropas... actually, I'll tell you what. I might even start Sean Levi instead of Davidson today. He kind of impressed me a little bit when he came off the bench. So that's going to be our lineup. Ropas, Levi, Schurter, Watson, Kimberley, Morton, Vertelball, Connor Thompson, Charrier and Griggs. On the bench, Vukaripa, Hayes, Herbert, Lee, Marcolini, Buffo and Bradley Davidson. Right, I guess. I like how they've got Alexis McAllister, who's a 32-year-old Argentina, whose name isn't Alexis McAllister, it's Alexis McAllister. I like it. Let's have this. To be fair, if Morton and Ropas can link up like they did in the last game, then the sky's the limit, friends. If Everton allow me, to be fair, having seen what we did, I assume they'd be after that, but you never know. Maybe this is the partnership that we didn't know we needed. It would be nice to see Ropas get another goal, to be fair. I think he did miss a really good chance in that last game. In fact, maybe more than one. Maybe the result kind of papered over that a little bit. I mean, what I would say as well, if he does have a really good time of it, then Win Billington may struggle to get back into the team. Charrier, Ropas, Levi, nice. Kimberley to Watson, a little bit of space opening up for him now if he can find the right pass, and he does find Charrier again. And that's a really nice ball through. Dave Morton scored again. Whitport 1, Everton 0. Dave Morton, filling in for Simon Nelson, is having a bloody lovely time of it so far. Cyril Charrier getting the assist. They just allow this. Watson, loads of space for Charrier, and he's getting better and better at just putting these balls across now. And Morton, it's still a very difficult finish, but we've got the lead. I'd have happily taken this amount of points at the halfway stage. Like, I'd have bitten your hand off. Vertelball. These last couple of home performances, Schurter has a weak finish. Charrier again bringing it forward. What's he got this time? Whips it across from Morton again. Hoo-hoo-hoo. Beasley again. And, Nathaniel Monnier equalises for Everton there. We were starting off so well, but Everton will come roaring back. And it's been a while, to be fair. One thing I have noticed that this year, we don't seem to be quite so bad from defending set pieces. I know we still concede a fair few goals from them, but compared to some of our other sort of first seasons in division, we do seem stronger. Charrier with the ball over the top, and Levi's in. And it's well saved by Richardson. Sean Levi definitely does look better than Bradley Davidson. I think he's just got that added pace, and sometimes that's all you need in that position, just raw ability in terms of just getting quickly behind the defence. Well, half-time and it's 1-1. We started well, had some chances early on, and Everton have just kind of snuck back into this match so far. We've got to be better in the second half. Vertelbor's had a poor game, and Everton playing for Everton, you love to see it. In hindsight, I really should have put Brazidi on the bench, just because I know he's not got match fitness, but that's how he gets match fitness, by coming off the bench. That was a bit silly. The game is really fizzling out into nothingness at the moment. There's just nothing happening in this match. Morton's ratings kind of dropped off a little bit. We've had a few more shots later on here, out of nowhere, really, in the last few minutes, but nothing's really happened. If we could just dig out something special. Oh, hello. Mistake there. Morton could pick this up. Kimberly gets it, and Jeff Hayes! Good save by Richardson at the back post. That was our chance there, but Jeff Hayes is not the man you want there, unfortunately. I think we've been the better side today. Just let ourselves down defensively for that. Oh, God. Vlasic. It's a bit too wide for him to get the shot away, or is it? I think they hit the post in the end there. A 1-1 draw. I mean, you'd take it. It's more points on the board, but when you consider what we did to Leeds, I would have hoped that we could play just as well against Everton today. We haven't, but we've still not been that bad, and another game without a defeat is still a good sign for us, really. Just keeps us plugging away, and more importantly, extending the lead over Blackhaven, because that's what we're all here for, isn't it? Yeah, it does look as though it's going to be a 1-1 draw at the Lighthouse. If we could have just been a bit more defensively stable from that indirect free kick, we would have been able to hang on, but was not to be. Morton didn't actually have the best day, really, as Clive Kimberley ends up making a comeback in the second half, but Rob Beasley ran it for Everton today, and maybe we were lucky, but I don't think we were. I think we probably could have won, but it's just one of those things. We do move into a European place, though, with that, albeit with teams having games in hand all around us, one of those being Liverpool. So I would... we've only lost 5 games so far in the Premier League in half a year. I'm amazed at that. Fair play. Right, some games off camera. Don't know quite what we're coming back for, but we'll figure it out. Right then, we back, and we got ourselves an away win at Brighton. Connor's header through, and Wyn Billington scoring on his return to the team, which is really, really nice. Then, with less than 15 minutes on the clock, once again, Charrier picks out Dave Morton at the back post. That is such a prime way of getting goals for us at the moment. 2-0 up away at Brighton. Lovely old. But we still found time to make it a bit more hairy for ourselves as Felipe just gets the ball, keeps on going through. Munoz gets in the box. Good strike. Well saved, but still ends up in the back of the net. 2-1 to us, though. We then went away to Bournemouth and had a pretty good performance, to be honest. Billington holds the ball up, pops it into the box, and there was Demetrius Ropas to score himself his second of the year. Nice little assist from Wyn as well. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough, as in the 69th minute, Bournemouth were able to get themselves an equaliser. Not directly from the free kick, thankfully, but it was, just a bit of a melee, and Nefsey managed to get the touch on it, 1-1. We then had the FA Cup third round game away at Luton Town, where we were able to get the victory. Brazidi going all the way to the byline here and just pinging this in off the goalkeeper for 1-0. We've also invested 100k in data analysis facilities, as Fraser Thompson made it 2-0. Those two things didn't actually happen at the same time, as well as Wolves. Was it Wolves? Yeah, it was Wolves. Wolves lost 8-0 to Manchester City in the league. There are some big results flying around. Clive Kimberley was sensational in this game. 4 chances created and 5 key passes. And all that leaves us 7th in the league. We're still doing fine. We're right on the cusp here. There's a few little teams around us. Arsenal, if they don't pull their finger out, I mean, they're having a poor season as it stands. Watford have been falling off the wagon lately. We've just been consistent. 34 points on the board. I think a top half finish is very, very much on the cards for us this season. I've readjusted our expectations with the board now, because that's how well I think we've done this year. We look like a really reasonable team. I don't think we're smashing teams left and right, but we're just being consistent right now, still scoring a decent amount of goals. That's the thing for us. It's the goal scoring. That's what's seeing us through. Defensively, we've got a kind of bottom half iffy defence, but the 39 goals scored so far is really what's done the trick for us. We've always got goals in our game, and it's pleasing. In addition to that, there's been a transfer out. Andrea Buffo has left the club to go to China. It's the first time I've ever actually had a player get unsettled because I wouldn't let them go to China, so we kind of just did it in the end. £12.75 million with a 50% of next sale fee clause was the deal. Now, obviously, he's on enormous money in China. Fair enough. That's probably why you wanted to go. But usually they still need some persuading. This guy did not require that because he obviously got unsettled. So yeah, that's the deal that happened. £12.5 million. Well, nearly 13 million for a guy that we got for free a year and a half ago. Can't really argue with that. Really does fill the club's coffers up. And with the 50% of next sale fee clause, we could easily earn ourselves another 5 mil down the line. It's very nice. And our finances, much more healthy now. 26 million in the bank. We are looking primed and ready to go after more infrastructure upgrades if we need to. And that's before we've even got the big sums that you get towards the end of the season. We're just building it up at the moment. It's delightful. But today we're hosting Watford, who are on the slide. And also, our next 2 league games after this, I'm pretty certain, are Fulham and Bristol City, who are bottom and 16th as we speak. We've got a couple more matches. If we could beat Watford today, we've got a couple of very winnable games that could virtually secure us complete safety with the next few matches coming up. Feels like we haven't played a lot of the big sides lately. We just seem to be on a great run right now. That means they'll all come at once, of course. But we did beat Chelsea and we did beat Manchester United. We got a draw against Manchester City. We've done really well this year. Unfortunately, though, international duty and more injuries are going to be costing us. So, Fran Sullivan still isn't fully ready to go. I actually quite like the idea of Ropas and Billington that way round, since that's the way my assistant seems to recommend it. Shirter's going to have to come back in. Nelson, is he back yet? Not quite. Killenbly and Mullerelli still in there too. Chan, again, maybe on the bench today. He's very nearly there, thank God. Vukovipa's in instead, Connor and Thompson. So, yeah, it's still a pretty bare-bones team, in all honesty. We could probably do with you instead of Sean Smith, because Sean Smith may go out on loan because he's complaining, whereas Marcolini isn't. So, yeah, we're down to bare bones at the moment. On the bench, Chan, Marcolini, Lee, Davidson, Nevitt, Herbert, and Levi. But, again, missing players in key areas. That's the problem for us right now. But at the very least, we're not making it look like we have many problems. Watford started so well, and they're on the slide right now. This feels like an opportunity to really get one over on them, as Blackhaven have looked less and less convincing with each passing game lately. Now, they're not actually playing today, but they have lost some reasonably poor results so far as Thompson flicks one over the bar. They've been pretty damn bad. Arsenal, though, are winning their games, so they could catch us, because there's this gap appearing between 9th and below. An 8-point gap is, in fact, the current margin, which is really nice to be in that top group and not the one directly below, back down where Blackhaven is. Sorry, for some reason I adjusted the speed and it didn't really flick back. That was weird. Either way, though, I'd say there's a very strong chance of us finishing ahead of Blackhaven this season, which is amazing when you consider the money they've spent in the summer and the fact that they've been in this league a year longer than we have. Now, they're still expected to go down with us according to the season preview, so in a way they are sort of overachieving in terms of what the game thinks is about to happen. So that does make you wonder about those signings they've made, actually. They maybe just spent a lot of money on them, but I do think that they will be probably fine this season, although it's still only a 7-point gap to safety now. If they were to go on a poor run, you never know what could happen to Eddie Howe in that. Villagas is through for Watford. It's a bit of a tight angle, and it's hit the post. If anything, what's more impressive to me in a way is the fact that Bristol City are not currently in the relegation zone, given the sheer numbers of goals they've conceded. Morton wins it on the right-hand side here. Nobody's going to go to him. Can he finish? Can he get it back onto his left foot? He does, you know. And what a man. Dave Morton, he has filled in phenomenally well for Simon Nelson with him out of the team, as we would actually move up to 6th with this result, going above Liverpool. Morton just wins it here. The defenders are being distracted by our strikers, but Morton's on his wrong side here, has to get it back onto his left foot, does a great job of that, and the keeper just does a terrible job as Morton scores his 6th goal of the year. He's now equalled Simon Nelson's tally. Defoe around the side for Villagas again, and it's too tight. Is that a shot? What is that? Hilariously, Watford haven't even been that bad. They've created 4 half chances in this game, with Villagas basically getting every single one of them as Coutinho, and it's another. Oh, terrible mistake at the back line there from Fraser Thompson. Well blocked in the end, but we are causing ourselves all kinds of issues here. Despite being in front, Watford are actually dominating this match in terms of chance creation and even in terms of possession. Playing some really good stuff as night comes through this time. Yeah, we may be somewhat fortunate to be in the position we're in here. They actually look like quite a good side. You can sort of see why they were able to get up there and compete with some of the bigger sides, but have now fallen away slightly as Dufour, saved again by Griggs. We're going to need him to be on his A game to get a win here. Well, we faced an onslaught towards the end of the first half, but it didn't actually yield them a goal. Well, we could probably target Dufour in the second half then. But all that matters is winning, and winning is what we're currently doing. Shirter does well to spin his man. Can he finally get his first goal for us? No, he can't. Billington, also, lovely first touch from Win Billington, but it's not enough. Problem we've got is games are coming thick and fast at the moment, and we, with the injuries we've got, don't have a lot of room for rotation. Intercepted by Michael Lee of all people. Loads of space for him. He's all the way through. Finds the drop pass and it's wide. For all their bluster and domination, Watford have still only mustered 2 shots on target. And look at the space for Michael Lee. Oh, I thought he was going to square that, or at least put it to the back post. Kimberly. And Connor's header tipped over. When players from the other team are getting the ball on the edge of our box, I've noticed lately there's been way less space between them and they're not able to get the shots in, and we haven't changed anything. So I don't know if it's just the intensity of the players or the opposition's style of play, but for whatever reason, we are no longer conceding those types of goals, and it's really nice to see. Not only that, as a player I need to show you as well, because we have actually not made a signing so much as signed someone up for next season. That's the reason I was not so bothered about letting Buffo go, and I'll show you him after the game. I think we're going to do it. Very even game in terms of shots, but we have definitely ridden our luck a little bit at times. Watford have created much more opportunities than we have, but it's all about getting the win. And what we've done today, by the looks of it, is get a win and a clean sheet to go with it. And is that it? No? Yes, it is. Whitport 1, Watford 0. Huge result against Watford, who were on the slide. We're just coming up with these good results now when we need them. Morton's been sensational for us. He's been dragging us through these games lately. In all my years of playing FM with a team in England coming to the Premier League, this is the easiest time we've had of it so far. Genuinely. Because we've not strengthened that much, but I guess it is just we have such a good underdog tactic, and we're even more of an underdog in this league than we were perhaps even in the Championship. That's why we were able to drop points against Burnley and Leicester. And Bournemouth, for that matter. Very quickly, though, this is Raul Costa. He was the Romanian lad I told you about, I think, in the last episode. He's joining us at the end of the season on a free transfer. I was going to have to buy him for like 3 million. I was like, that's pretty cheap. But yeah, no, this guy's joining us for free now. 14 passing, great teamwork, good work rate, good technique. He's got decent height about him. He's got good balance. He's solid physicals. He's only 19. I think, like, for free, I could really not say no. He's definitely better for me than Andrea Buffo, and he'll make a nice little understudy to Clive Kimberley for next season. And this is exactly the type of signings I wanted to make. And I'd already been looking at him thinking, oh, maybe we could get him in January. And then we got the news article saying his contract was expiring at the end of the year and we could get him now. So we did. So next episode, we're starting at home against Fulham. We're in good form lately. That Leicester City result has not affected us too badly. We could have been even worse off from this little period of matches here. Like, we could have lost to Chelsea in there too, and it would have been completely understandable, but we didn't. We stood strong. So we've got Fulham next, and then don't really know where to come back. Oh, wow, look at the running, though. Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Blackhaven, Arsenal, Manchester United, all in a little spell here with Burnley and West Ham in between. I think we may drop towards the end, but even so, we're having a fantastic year and it's really nice to see. So if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like, that'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be awesome as well. I'll join you guys, stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and at the weekends too. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Hold your gun, happy borrow. Bye-bye.